Hello everyone. Well, it's another week and I'm here with you again. Uh, there's one attachment that I want to put out there concerning our economy, and I'm not going to go into anything about the debt ceiling or anything of that nature. And again, whatever I tell you today will be administered to the home. Now, what I need to tell you is that if you recall our Social Security situation, many of us today are fighting for it. It is said that somewhere around 2020, maybe even 2030, that there may not be any Social Security. Uh, I've heard some people were talking about on the 3rd of the month, of this month, and we're coming into the month of August. Uh, I was hearing that some people may not get their checks, and all this stuff about creating chaos and all of that stuff. Well, I'm not going to go into any of that. But what I want to bring you into today is some stuff I have been looking into, so to speak. I've been reading every magazine on the bookshelves, and it's really been a real thing for me to come into a situation where I'm actually embracing this. I'm about to tell you about it in a minute, but what I really want to put out there right now at this point is, in the magazines, I've been reading a lot about network marketing. Um, I've been reading about it in Inc. magazine, Success magazine, and the magazines go on and on. People magazine, Essence magazine, and most of all, Entrepreneur magazine. What I'm hearing is that there's been a great big rise on people working out of their homes in their own business. And many of us had quit the job market and moved on into our own affairs as far as business is concerned. We fired our bosses. You know, Here's the deal. Everybody who has done this either invented something, or maybe they got into something that was bona fide. There's certain jobs out there that are bona fide and really kicking high as far as yielding mass cash in this day and age. There are jobs out there that do this and all that. But let me ask you a question. What if you were to fire your boss today? Well, let me ask you a more profound question. What if your boss were to fire you today? Where would you be? See, the reason why I asked this question, and the reason why I brung up what I have been studying and viewing in prospective magazines, and I've mentioned some of the very few that are out there. Well, network marketing is, in fact, in truth, on the rise. And there are people in these endeavors, network marketing businesses, who are making a living doing it. And they are really doing very well with it, And what I like to introduce you to is some of the major things that's been said. And they've been said in many major magazines. So I hope these magazines don't knock me upside the head by putting the word out there, but let me help you all, because the magazines have already put the word out there, so I believe that I can. Without copying completely every note and word that they've said, I can just bring you a few punchlines from different magazines that will help many of us understand why I believe. And if you had did the examination yourself, you will come to the same conclusion. And in Inc. magazine some time ago, I read a script and it came out something like this. It said something about research was the basis for Inc. magazine's February lecture, How Great Entrepreneurs Think. And it goes on to say something about business answering questions about the learnable aspects of entrepreneurs' mindsets. Or if you want to put it in another context, you want to say the entrepreneur's way of thinking, or a millionaire's way of thinking. Those of you who have read Laura Lehmeyer, have come to the understanding that some of the way millionaires think as opposed to the way a lot of us think, because it's different. I mean, for instance, millionaires wake up every day and decide how they're going to make money that day, or decide what endeavor is going to cause them to get massive amount of cash in their pockets. Whereas many of us wake up in the morning and decide how we're going to spend our unemployment, or maybe how we're going to spend what little bit of money we got left because we have a whole nother week before we get paid. Whether or not we will run to Roshanis, or maybe a payday loan or something like that to offset the problems and issues that are coming up in everyday life, and so that we may be able to stabilize. And I know there are a lot of lottery fans out there. Okay, I know what I'm talking about because I've stood in line with some people who play the lottery, and I've watched these things, and my God, I mean, people play 50, 60, and $70 worth of numbers, and it's got to be a hurtful thing when somebody comes to me and say, I played all these numbers and nothing came out. Who in the world am I talking to right now? Well, at any rate, I mean, I've read different, as I said, I've read different magazines, and today I read Success Magazine. Success Magazine talks about entrepreneurship. Actually, it breaks down, it gives a little breakdown about network marketing and how it's becoming not a fad, but it's actually becoming a real life way of doing things today. I remember, when the ship was sinking back in the 1500s, I heard these words over and over again. It was like, save yourself, and if you don't, you'll just drown, and it'll be all over with for you. It didn't come out exactly like that, but the way it came out, it was really, really profound. And I wasn't born in the 1500s, but some of you may have done some history on it and may know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm a fan of J. Paul Getty. J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather make 100% off the efforts of 100 folk than to make 100% off of my own efforts. If that makes sense to you, say hell yeah. I mean, really. I mean, think about it. If the 100% of what you do you think that's going to yield you the lifestyle and everything you want in life, the time freedom and everything else you've been looking for? You have been fighting for all your lives. My belief in the network marketing today is really on cloud 9. I'm telling the truth here. Because, I believe the way this works is some of us, if we come to the understanding of not changing our drive to make money, but at least changing our mind as to how to go about making money in today's world. Especially in a situation where we have the economic situation and the president and the House, the Speaker of the House fighting over whether or not there should be a debt ceiling risen, or over the next 6 months, or maybe over the next 10 years. I don't know. But I do know this. Entrepreneurs today are not even worried about this situation because we're too busy out there doing what we do on a daily basis in a network marketing business, and systems that are set up to help us to even, not even have to develop a way or system to do these things, but follow a system, follow it through by the letter, and watch the money flow. I know what I'm talking about because I'm living it. What I want to tell you today is, this is the day now for a decision to be made. Now, I know how some of us feel about network marketing. We feel like it's just another pyramid scam or this and that. Well, let me help you understand something about pyramids. They are pyramid scams, but they are also pyramids that are very, very righteous. Okay? There are pyramids that are making money in this day and age right now. If you don't believe me, check out your congressman in the lobbies. Pyramid, okay? Yeah, I can go on and on about some. Check out the numbers in the stock market. Pyramids, okay? I can go on and on about what a pyramid is. Because I took some time out to study these things. I took some time out to go to seminars and all kinds of things. So I believe I qualify in this area. This is not me saying to you or trying to sell you a bill of goods. But what I'm saying to you today is, here's something. Put your eyes on something. Read it. I have tools I can put in your hands right now. If you read them, if you view them. And if after you've done this, and you change your mind and say, you know what, this is for me, then I want to talk to you further. But if you put this in your hand and decide, you know what, this ain't nothing. There's no way in the world that I'll make money doing this. Then you know what, I will shake your hand and ask you if you enjoy lunch and have a good day. Here's what I need to say. I'm not a beggar, I'm a chooser. And here's the deal. How do you know what's for you if you haven't examined the goods? I want to open you up to a brand new way of life. A way of life, not one that's too good to be true. No. Not one where I'm trying to sell you a bill of goods and make myself rich. No. My thing is, I'm out to help people to succeed and grow and become that which they want to become in life and make tons of money in the process. Can it be done? Yes, it can. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Some of us believe we need a college education to do these things. We need this and we need that. Well, let me tell you something. Not so. Although college education, I can't shoot it down, it's great. And some of this vocational stuff going on, higher learning and all of that, let me help you. Some of that is not teaching you what you need to learn to go out into the work world. Let me tell you how I know. Because I discovered that some of those higher learning classes, and I'm not going to mention any names, I discovered what some of those are doing. Yeah, they're teaching you some stuff, I don't know, maybe it's old, outdated, that by the time they send you out there to get the job is saying, we can't hire you because you're not up to par as to what we are teaching you. Or should I say, what we are doing in our place of work. They have not taught you what you needed to know to be able to manage here. I've said enough. If this is for you, then it's for you. But if it's not, then it's not.